Now, premium luxury vans were never really a thing, even a couple of years ago. But as people's wealth grew, people are looking for something that would differentiate themselves from other rich folks. Some people would get 7-seater SUVs, even some high-end vans. But this one right here, it's a growing segment, and I think this stands a fighting chance for your wallet and bank accounts. What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be reviewing what I think might be the highest end of GAC's lineup today, the GAC M8 Pro Master. Now, the prerequisite of luxury vans is that their design should have some sort of aplomb, some sort of gravitas that tells everyone that, yes, you've definitely made it in life and you want something that actually drives in absolute luxury. Then this one right here is definitely one that fits the bill. You got this huge chrome grille right here that kind of cascades all the way down to where the lower bumper resides with the word Master written right there. That's right, you got the Master edition of the GAC M8 Pro, and you want everyone to know about it. You got the huge GAC badge right here. Underneath, there's a camera right there that helps your driver out to see during their surroundings, because you're definitely going to need it, because it's almost more than 5 meters long. Yeah, it's almost about 2 meters high, and this is definitely something that you would need a 360-degree camera system for, but more on that later on. You got sensors all around. These LED headlamps, by the way, they have this intricate design. These DRLs, they kind of double as the turn signals as well. You can definitely see a lot, especially at night and day, most especially can see you. You got this huge overhang right here that's not gonna help your driver out, especially when they're parking, but thankfully this has automatic parking. We'll be demonstrating that later on as we move along throughout the entire process. And you got advanced driver assist system. As you can see right there, there is a camera and some sensors right here to help out with that. A huge expansive front windshield here helps out with visibility as well. And yes, even if you compare the GAC M8 Pro Master to all the other luxury vans out there, this definitely won't be left out. In fact, might even definitely stand out. Now, moving over to the side, this gives you a general idea of how humongous it really is. I myself, I'm 5'10.5", for those guys are asking how tall I am, and I can barely see, actually I cannot see the roof of this thing. Even reviewing other vans and other SUVs, I can still see the roof, but here it really is high up top. And here you've got an automatic sliding doors, giving you easy access to the interior. But I'll be giving you a teaser as what we'll see right here, but we'll be moving on to that later on. You got 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin tires. Those are 225/55 R18 tires. And one trick that this has that really mimics a lot of luxury brands, especially European luxury brands, that hubcap right there with the GAC badge, that's actually a floating hubcap, so it doesn't actually roll with the entire vehicle. It's going to stay that way. GAC badge proudly rolling as you go across the road. You got this brushed aluminum look right here at the bottom. By the way, this does not have an extended ground clearance. This is no SUV, guys. You cannot and should not take this off-roading, but it's definitely higher than a lot of sedans or sports cars out there. But it's purposely left lower because they want you to get out and get in as easy as possible. Remember, this is a luxury vehicle, not a sports vehicle. I like how the overall side windows look. You got a slight kink right here in the back, giving it a floating roof design. And the show goes on right here at the back of the GAC M8 Pro Master. I mean, you've got this amazing light bar moving right across the entire width of the vehicle. Again, you got this huge spoiler up top. You can barely see the top of the roof of the vehicle. Now, these tail lamps right here, they act as a bezel for these vertical flowing turn signals. They don't look like any other car on the road, and that's what owners of the GAC M8 Pro would like to appreciate. I mean, you've got the Master badge right there as well, right below the lower bumper. And if you're wondering where the windshield wiper is, Well, there is a windshield wiper, but it's hidden right underneath the spoiler right here. They definitely don't want to ruin the entire look of the car. It is a luxury van after all, but they still want to be functional as well. Now, one trick that this has though, this is one of their smart key fobs. The smart key fob, you can actually use this to open the doors. Just give it a quick hold. See, we're actually opening the doors right now, making it easy to get in and out. And you can even open this huge rear tailgate if it'll allow me. There we go. And you cannot imagine how huge and heavy looking this is. But thankfully, with your key fob, you can open it remotely, putting in all your stuff right here. This is a 3-row luxury van. The second rows are in captain seats, but the rear have this regular bench. Even with the 3rd row seats up, you can still put a lot of your stuff right here. As you can see, my entire life is at the back of this van. So even though I'm a sad boy, I live in the lap of luxury at least. All right, so overall, the look of the GAC M8 Pro Master definitely, like I said, it fits the bill of the typical luxury van. Now, if you want to stand out and you don't want to act like a car club, this is definitely something that you might want to consider. And on the inside, that's where the real show starts. So let's head on over inside and I'll show you exactly what I mean about that. Right, so before anything else, I want to try out the GAC M8 Pro Master right here and start off with the 2nd row seats. And wow, these 2nd row captain seats are certainly something to behold. Inside, yeah, if the outside features more of like a corporate business, like executive look, inside definitely looks like a regular jazz bar with all these all these chrome trims, with these crystal-like trims right here. The seats are very comfortable. Plus, they're adjustable here. They're power operated to go forward and back. Yep. You also got an ottoman. That's right. You can definitely relax with your very own ottoman on your GAC M8 Pro. How far can it go? The M8 Pro answers with a yes. It goes pretty far back. Also, can recline all the way right there, and it has spa mode. So if you click on spa mode, the seat will automatically adjust itself to this position. Yes, and there's a massager right here in the back, so you can feel actually this divots right here in the lower back, and it is just. Could we just continue the review this way? I don't want to go ahead. But the spa mode is really something else. It's very relaxing. I've never seen this on any other car before. And let's turn that off before we get a little bit too ahead of ourselves. Okay. Plus there's a memory setting too. So you can set the memory setting to that particular setting if you want to make sure that it is set to your optimal riding position. We're not talking about optimal driving position this time around. Oh, we're talking about riding position. The AC vents on top right here, easy. Plus you got these lights right here that kind of mimic an airplane's light. So it's like you have your own private jet riding around Metro Manila with this one. And it's also ventilated. So you got cooled seats for the 2nd row. This is absolutely something else. I don't want to start driving this thing anymore because this is quite amazing. Now you got even more features right here. You got a cup holder right here at the bottom of each of these 2nd row captain seats. Cup holders right there. You got USB ports right here, USB-A and USB-C, plus a huge cubby hole to put all your stuff in. You can hide your deepest, darkest desires right there. And you got these huge side windows. They don't really close all the way down, but you don't really need to do that because why would you? You are a captain of industry. Why would you want to turn that open? You actually want that closed. And you got a panoramic sunroof right here, which of course closes again. Let's leave that open for now. Put more light inside. So you have your own climate control system right here in the back. So it is a triple zone climate control right here. So you got 2 zones right there in the front and one here in the back as well. Nice. The seats very comfortable. Yeah, like I said, very comfortable. Plus, if you do need to go in one of your captive industry Zoom meetings, there is a nice table right here for you. You want to put in your high-end laptop right there. You'll probably eat your caviar and drink your champagne. You put it right there as well. And then you can blame the driver if you spill your if you spill your drinks all over yourself, because why would you limit yourself from not drinking your champagne while driving, right? Come on. Anyway, overall, the rear seats are definitely something that I would suggest you guys try out. I mean, I've never experienced this type of luxury from the cars that we've reviewed just yet. This might be on top of my list. And yeah, if you want to get this, take it. This is definitely something that you won't be regretting using. I won't be sitting in the third row seats, because come on, who sits in the third row seats in one of these things? This is where you should be at. But if you want to know, the third row seats do have 2 cup holders on each side, a center armrest. That's all you need to know. Let's take a look at the front cockpit before we head this out and drive. All right, so in a pinch, in case you happen so chance to fire a driver, or your driver didn't come to work that day, this is what you'll be seeing inside the GAC M8 Pro Master. You've got a huge steering wheel right here with it's leather wrapped. It's very simple controls on each side. You got your media and call buttons on the right and your cruise control buttons on the left. You got a huge 12.3-inch multi-information display right here, giving you a very nice and very legible view of all the information that you need while you're driving. You can even check out your oil consumption trend, your trip meter. It even has a tire pressure monitoring system. Not that you'd care about that. Anyway, you've got this huge 14.6-inch touchscreen infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay and CarBit Link in place of Android Auto. Now you can definitely see that all the information and all the control buttons will be located on this screen. There are no physical buttons anywhere to speak of, so if you want to control your air conditioning system and your media system, it's all going to be on this huge screen. But thankfully, it's got a Snapdragon 8155 octa-core processor to it, which means touch sensitivity is top notch. Also, with that chip, it enables to make sure that you can use the different cameras all around you in full 4K resolution. It also makes sure that you have proper connection with your phone if you do so choose to connect it in there. So there's no lag, basically no lag at all when switching between menus. There you go. It's smart, and I like it. I like it this way because what's the use of having a huge touchscreen infotainment system if you can't use it, right? Now, one thing about having all the systems or all the system controls on the screen, it's not very intuitive as you drive. But what you do want to appreciate right here are all the amenities you have below. So this huge center console houses this nice shifter. It's an electronic shifter right there. So all you gotta do is push it up, push it down, get to the proper drive mode that you need to, and it's got this nifty little fidget spinner, I believe, that you can actually use if you feel a little bit angsty while you're driving or in heavy traffic. You just spin it around. That's fine. Probably won't be stopping doing that. Yeah, I'll stop doing that. You got your start-stop button right here next to the shifter, the electronic parking brake, automatic brake hold, and this button is the automatic parking button. So all you gotta do is click that, drive around. The camera systems are going to look for an open parking spot, select that parking spot, and it's going to do all the steering, braking, and accelerating for you. It's easy. The camera, a nice camera right there, 360-degree camera system. It looks very nice and tidy with good resolution. And it's great at night. I mean, I've never seen a 360-degree camera system, a night system, look this well at night. It looks like it has night mode, night vision. It's definitely something, and again, it's something that you would need, especially when you're bringing a car this huge. But that's okay. You've got nice visibility all around. The blind spots are kept at a bare minimum. The speaker system, by the way, is amazing. So if you're relaxing right there in the back, you gotta just go ahead and connect your phone right here, listening to all the music that you want and need. Right, the seats, these are nice leather seats. They match the ones that we have right there on the second row. They're very supportive, very comfortable, and it's got lumbar support and adjustable for height, forward, back, lean, up and down. And you got power seats for the passenger as well. Now, the passenger seats actually have some controls right here on the side. So if the rear passenger actually wants to adjust this right here, all they gotta do is right there, adjust it themselves, and that is fine. All right, it's got a wireless charger. One nifty thing about this wireless charger though is that you can just charge your phone right there and forget about it. This is a video feed instead. This is a video system instead of an actual rear view mirror. Now that seems a little bit ostentatious, don't you think? I mean, what's the purpose of putting a video feed instead of a good old nice mirror? I mean, a mirror would probably be better, but some people say that if you have a full load right there in the back, this would give you an unimpeded view. But what I think is that it keeps the driver's prying eyes away from the passenger. That's right. So if you got a great mirror right there, yeah, you can see the rear, but you can also look at your rear passenger. So that's kind of creepy if you if you think about it. The driver can actually see you. So with this video system in place of that, all they got to see is the rear and nothing else. So anyway, I'm driving right here. I don't actually see what the passenger is doing unless if I turn my head this way. So no, the driver has its own business, and that is looking forward and side to side, not right here on the second row seats. So you got this nice soft touch material on the dashboard. Even on the door cards on top of here, it's leather. It's leather material right here. None of that soft touch plastic. It is soft touch leather material. More of that on top here on the dashboard right here, and a nice design right here on the dashboard of the passenger side. It's a wooden panel with some Chinese lettering right there as well. The headliner is made of this nice, like some sort of suede material, and it's blacked out, which I really like. Plus the driver gets his own sunroof on top. So the sunroof doesn't connect all the way back. That's just that's not smart, especially for longevity and durability issues. But here the driver gets his own sunroof, and it gets pretty dark if you close it. You can see that suede material right there. Whew, there is a lot of things inside. The center armrest is open in a split configuration right here, so you got a lot of space right there. And yeah, and more USB ports right there at the bottom with a shelf and a cubby hole to put all your stuff in. Whew, did I mention everything? I doubt I mentioned everything, but you can check out the full list of the specs of the GAC M8 Pro Master right there on the Zigwheels Philippines website. The link is in the description below. All right, so we're starting off our review as usual behind the wheel of the GAC M8 Pro Master. This is the top of the line GX model. So under the hood, you've got a 2-liter turbocharged gasoline engine that makes 248 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. And you're definitely going to need all the torque that you can get because of how heavy this thing is. But because of an 8-speed automatic transmission, yeah, it definitely gets you where you need to be in a hurry, but not in too much of a hurry. You do have a couple of systems here to make it as comfortable as possible. So you got 3 drive modes. You got Sport, Eco, and Comfort. Now with Sport mode, you're going to tune everything a little bit higher, so the steering gets a little heavy, the suspension tightens up a little bit, and of course the acceleration characteristics open itself up to a little bit more power. So if you need it, just a few taps on the accelerator pedal and you got it. But the most ideal, for me at least, the most ideal setting for the GAC M8 Pro Master is in the Eco mode. With Eco mode, it softens everything up. I mean, you can actually fine-tune your accelerator pedal right here in the middle, in this huge touchscreen infotainment system, to make sure that your passenger doesn't get jarred whenever you drive off, especially in stop-and-go traffic. And that is something that you really need, especially here in this type of vehicle. But out on the highway, go ahead. Make sure that you just drive as safely as you can. But out on the highway, Sport mode is the way to go. You can make sure you can overtake a lot of vehicles on the road safely, especially those narrow 2 or 4 lane streets. This is definitely something that you would need. You got independent suspension all around it, so that promises absolute comfort inside. It does get a little bit wallowy inside, but again, this is because it's made for comfort. It imagines at least 4 or 5 people inside this vehicle, but 1 person should suffice, and that should be enough. We'll be testing that out later on once I get to those second row seats. You know, I've been reading up doing my research on this, and it seems like a lot of the people who first reviewed the M8 Pro got some really abysmal fuel economy figures. Now, but when I tested it, however, and like I said, drove it in the way that it should be driven, eco mode and just feathering the throttle, I got around 8 kilometers per liter in the city. That's right, 8 kilometers per liter in the city in this huge vehicle. We got 3 people on board as while I was testing that out, and I see that was absolutely not bad. I mean, one of its rivals does have a hybrid option to it, but this one here, that shouldn't be too bad. People in this particular segment might not be that that's sensitive when it comes to fuel economy, but I'm just glad to report that this does good fuel economy by itself. Out on the highway, it does open up a little bit. 14 to 15 kilometers per liter on the highway is possible. So yeah, as soon as you brake in your vehicle, it should be fine. The accelerating characteristics, yeah, thanks to that 8-speed automatic transmission, it is fairly smooth, and power gets to the front wheels in a very efficient, very direct manner, and I like that. Thankfully, I thank GAC for not putting a dual clutch transmission in this one. Frankly, it doesn't need it, because you don't really need all that power to be on the road, because what you need is the smoothness, and the 8-speed automatic transmission, ASIN automatic transmission, by the way, does wonders for this car. All right, so when it comes to safety features, well, what safety features does this not have? I mean, it's got advanced driver assist systems, you got blind spot monitoring systems, you got door opening warning system, you got frontal collision mitigation assist system, 360-degree cameras, parking sensors all around, you've got adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert. Yeah, it's everything but the kitchen sink when it comes to safety features. So the GL model loses out on a lot of those features, but it still does have the adaptive cruise control, but it loses out on the 360-degree camera system, on the rear cross traffic alert, the blind spot. So if you want the complete set of safety features, this is the one to have. This is the GX model, and I'd say it's definitely worth it. All right, so this is where the magic is. I mean, with the GAC M8 Pro, the second row captain seats are something to behold. Absolutely, you have to try this out. Now, the comfort that I'm getting out of here, you got fully independent suspension all around, but the suspension is tuned in a way it's independent, not for overall performance, not make sure that you're planted on the road, but it's there for comfort, and comfort, something that we have right here. Now, the beauty about these second row seats is that you have all the controls. These seats, you can actually control them yourself. It's cooled, it's ventilated, it even has a heated seats setting to it, and there's the aforementioned spa mode right there. So all the features that you'd find in your Lazy Boy, you can find right here on the GAC M8 Pro. Now, NVH settings on the M8 Pro, it's not bad. Actually, they ought to actually prioritize that, and they've done that in spades here. You can barely hear any road noise. The tires they put in right here, they're high quality tires. Those are Michelin Primacy 4s, and they don't take in a lot of road noise, especially out on the highway, so that's not going to be a problem. Wind noise isn't a problem as well, and it's good. You can isolate. See, there was a motorcycle that just passed by. I could barely hear them from here, and that is a good thing. These privacy blinds, or peasant blinds as I call them, do a good job with keeping the outside world out, despite the fact that we don't have any tint right here or any privacy glass. That's something that you must have to install yourself, I guess, but I wish it had privacy glass out of the factory. Now, you got leather all around, and the spa mode is my favorite setting right here. That is definitely my favorite feature. What happens is that the seat automatically goes all the way back and reclines like this and activates the massage feature and puts up the ottoman right there. Oh, okay. Continuing the review this way is not going to be ideal, so let's go back, turn off spa mode. The price of this, definitely, well, it's not going to be for everyone. This starts at 2,990,000 pesos for the entry-level GL model. Now, the GX model, the top of the line trim, this is the one we're testing right now. It's got everything in it.
That's 3,945,000 pesos. So almost 4 million pesos for a luxury van, a luxury MPV. So is it going to be worth it? Well, you're asking the wrong person about that. But if you put yourself in the mindset of someone who actually wants to be driven in the lap of luxury, but at the same time want to get their vehicle right now, and you want to experience this particular type of convenience and this particular type of comfort and luxury, yeah, the GAC M8 Pro is a great option. Nothing should be stopping you from getting one. They've got a great distributor here in the country with Estara, and yes, I'd say go ahead, it's worth it.
That's our full review of the GAC M8 Pro Master. And I think it definitely looks the part of a luxury van. Sure, it looks like it, it runs like it feels like it on the inside as well. And if you've got 4 to 5 million pesos in your bank account, this might be a great option. But what do you think? Drop me a comment in the comment section down below, and while you're at it, leave us a like in this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification icon. So definitely help us out, beat the algorithm here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Roy Robles of Zigwheels.Ph. I'll see you guys next time.